Good morning. Welcome back to the KR Daily Transmission. I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. I'm still waking up a little bit. I didn't get much sleep, but I'm here to read the Sophia Code with you. And I was guided to begin with Isis's chapter this week. We're getting ready for our journey to the Caribbean with our Sophia Circle leaders to be with the wild dolphins. And when I was meeting with our leaders last week, I felt the presence of Isis coming in so strong to guide us on that journey. And I thought, what a perfect opportunity to read the Sophia Code, to focus on the Isis chapter all week long as we get ready to be together with our leaders. Good morning. So today I'm going to read from the Key Code 1 Initiation, the Sophia Code, which is on page 88. And when I was guided to this passage, it felt important for us to focus upon these words this morning. And whether we can take in the full meaning of that or not, it's not a problem. The transmission of the Sophia Code is here to support you in your awakening. Good morning. So wonderful to see you. Come on. So a big part of owning, accepting, and loving our spiritual journey of awakening is giving thanks for the human journey, which isn't always easy to give thanks for. And in the Key Code 1 Initiation, in the Sophia Code, there are all of these guided reprogramming of beliefs that happen in the Key Code initiations. And this is to support your consciousness to shift into a sovereign space, to recognize the perfection of your divinity, to recognize the perfection of your human vehicle for that divinity, and to allow yourself the space to come back into alignment with the God consciousness or Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, whatever you call that consciousness, unity consciousness that already exists within you. So if you'd like to turn with me in the Sophia Code, I'm reading from page 88 in the Key Code 1 Isis Initiation. So these are affirmations that we are going to be affirming together today. And as I shared, we'll be connecting with Isis all week long as we prepare for our return to the waters of Atlantis. Okay. So halfway down on page 88 in the Sophia Code, let's begin with the first affirmation. I am the holiness of mercy in human form. Within me, this pure force of mercy overcomes all inner and outer obstacles to unconditionally love my divinity. Whoa, that's so powerful. We could spend a lot of time just in that one sentence. Let's read that again. And we get this question a lot. I'm seeing it in the chat. Someone's asking, is it okay for men to read this book? Absolutely. This is a divine feminine sacred text, but it's meant for all beings, men, women, non-binary identified individuals. This book is about our sovereignty, and it's about activating the awareness and the recognition and the reclamation of our sovereign divinity. So whatever gender you identify with, you are welcome here, and welcome to the Sophia Code. We're happy that you're here. And if thanks everyone for saying hello and introducing yourself in the chat and making everyone feel really welcome this morning. Okay, so let's go back to this mantra. I am the holiness of mercy in human form. I am the holiness of mercy. I don't usually, when we think about humans, there's such a wide spectrum, and mercy isn't always the first word that comes to mind if someone is merciful. And this is what we're affirming, that this is what we are. We are this divine virtue of God consciousness. I am the holiness of mercy in human form. Within me, this pure force of mercy overcomes all inner and outer obstacles to unconditionally love my divinity. Let's pause and consider, why would we need mercy to overcome inner and outer obstacles to unconditionally love our divinity? It's because we've been so programmed in this matrix to reject our divinity, to judge our divinity, to disassociate from our divinity, to even convince others that they're not divine as well. We have plenty of religions that do that, don't we, on this planet? So it requires accessing this divine virtue of mercy. And as we share in the Sophia code, all the divine virtues of God exist within us. Sophia is saying hello. She's quite curious this morning. My kitty. And this virtue that we are invoking with Isis is an aspect of your higher self. It's mercy isn't something that you earn. It's something that you are. Whether you're in touch with it or not, that's a different conversation. But this divine attribute of mercy is part of Sophia Christ consciousness that already exists within you, that can rise up and meet the challenge of deprogramming from the matrix, which programs us into self-hatred, and to reprogram our body, hearts, and minds to choose unconditional self-love. So let's read this sentence on page 88 together from the Isis Key Code 1 initiation one more time. I am the holiness of mercy in human form. This is what you are affirming for yourself. I am the holiness of mercy in human form. Within me, this pure force of mercy overcomes all inner and outer obstacles to unconditionally love my divinity. It feels so good to affirm that. That means that no matter what comes up in your inner dialogue, no matter what external circumstances may arise in your day to day, you can be the holy mercy of divinity in human form for yourself. And as someone who has personally struggled to love my own heart and to love myself for many, many years, I want to share that I've been experiencing a lot of breakthroughs around this with the help of Isis and all of the divine feminine ascended masters of the Sophia code. And what I have discovered is that these affirmations that you find in Isis's Key Code initiation, these teachings from the Sophia code, over time, they are like water that wears down the stone of resistance in your heart towards loving yourself. Over time, you start to soften and even go a little mushy inside towards yourself. And all of the ways we've been programmed to abandon ourselves, reject ourselves, only conditionally love ourselves, that starts to eventually be identified by every part of your consciousness. And what arises is a truly powerful form of self-love, where you get to see that no matter what kind of moment you're having, even if it feels harsh towards yourself, you can stop and be the holiness of mercy in human form to your own heart. Let's keep reading from this initiation. Within me, this pure force of mercy. What is the pure force indicating? This is a divine virtue. Divine virtues are the primordial forces of nature, of God consciousness. Within this pure force of mercy keeps my feet upon the path of righteousness. By the power of mercy within me, I now reconcile all my lifetimes for the glory of Sophia within me. My God, So powerful. By the power of mercy within me, I now reconcile all my lifetimes for the glory of Sophia within me. Have you ever had a moment where you were really, really hard on yourself? I know I've had too many moments to count like that. And you really start to go in on yourself. And then through the grace of the mercy within you, you stop and you say, you know what? No, I am going to choose compassion for myself in this moment. I'm going to share with myself all the ways that I'm proud of myself in this moment, all of the ways that I've decided to love myself up until this point in my life, that I can now have an inner conversation like this that is merciful and compassionate to my own heart. What this line is pointing to in the Isis key code initiation, by the power of mercy within me, I now reconcile all my lifetimes for the glory of Sophia within me. What's interesting about this is we are often very hard on our own hearts, very judgmental towards ourselves because of wounding from other lifetimes. Even though you lived those lifetimes, you served in those lifetimes, you gave it your best shot, you gained knowledge and wisdom, you showed up to the experience of other incarnations, you can still be judging yourself from belief systems or feeling like you failed in other lifetimes when God, whatever you call God, doesn't see it that way. Your divine mother, your holy father, whatever you call Sophia consciousness, that source consciousness only is grateful for your willingness to incarnate, to learn in the worlds of form. And when we have unresolved feelings about our other lifetimes, we bring those unresolved feelings into this lifetime. So what this is affirming in the Sophia code for you, when you step into the key code 1 initiation, by the power of mercy within me, that's an invocation right there. You are saying, by the power of mercy that already exists within me, I now reconcile all my lifetimes for the glory of Sophia. What does that mean? You are saying, I will take the good, I will take the hard, I will take all of the parts of what I've experienced across space and time, and I will acknowledge that it was all to honor the divinity within me. It was to reflect to my consciousness the divine one within this human experience that is not bound by space and time, that is not bound by any incarnation. How does this feel for you? How does this land for you today? To know that your own divinity is the mercy within you that is helping you to recognize the value of this human journey, the mirror of this journey through form, that is revealing to you how precious you are and what a gift it is to be learning through this human vehicle, the truth of your divinity, to be remembering the truth of your divinity. I know for me, it's the good news, because there's plenty of human days where we forget that the whole point is to remember that we are divinity having a human experience. And from that space of when we can learn to love and accept our divinity instead of judging it the way most of the world does, condemning it, we get to discover what we want to create in this life as sovereign creators. We get to discover how the mercy that we are providing to our own hearts is also a gift to others. And I love this next paragraph. Let's read this together, because this was the reason why I chose this passage for today. These are the words from Isis's Key Code 1 initiation on page 88 of the Sophia Code. This is what we are affirming today. I now welcome and integrate every aspect of myself, both the light and the dark within me, into the glory of my unified self. I am the embodied glory of a whole human being creating in a world of form. Oh my gosh, I literally have chills running through my body reading this passage. Do you want to read it again? Because this is what all these teachings are leading to from this part of Isis's key code initiation. Let's read it one more time together. I now welcome and integrate every aspect of myself, both the light and the dark within me, into the glory of my unified self. I am the embodied glory of a whole human being creating in a world of form. What a blessing. Everything that you feel, the journey of the extreme radiance and light that is your true beingness, as well as the wounds that we experience that reveal the healer, the teacher archetypes within us, the dark and the light within us, we can choose to accept it all. Because if we are divine, that is what we are here to do. Our divinity points to the truth. There's nothing wrong with this. We are simply on a very powerful journey to discover the many attributes of divinity that already exist within us, both through experiences of the light and the dark in these worlds of form. And as we choose to accept, honor, and love ourselves, which is the mercy that Isis is sharing about in her initiation, as we choose to unconditionally love our hearts, our human experience from that space. I'm not saying it's always easy. It is a choice. But as we show up to that choice, we have breakthroughs in our self-love practice where we realize, oh, wow, I really am the mercy of Sophia Christ consciousness in human form. I know that that's true because I've been merciful to myself today. I've been loving to myself today. I've had some good conversations with myself today that affirm who I really am. And I'm functioning in a more whole and integrated space because I accept the dark and the light within me as part of my whole unified human experience. So I just want to close this live with a moment with Isis, calling upon the presence of Ascended Master Isis and her beautiful winged glory. I love Isis as an Ascended Master so much. She's been so pivotal in the journey of healing my own heart and stepping into this journey of self-love, being merciful with myself when I was programmed to be very, very, very brutal to myself. That was something that was programmed into me from a very early age. And so Isis has been a big part of my journey to reprogram my body, heart, and mind to self-love, to accepting the mercy and compassion of my higher self towards my human experience. And in this moment, I welcome the presence of Divine Mother revealed through Isis to bless your body, heart, and mind, to bless your day, to bless your self-love practice today, to reveal to your consciousness 3 examples of how you are going to be merciful to your own heart today and all week long. We welcome your blessings and your guidance overlighting Ascended Master Isis this week. We give thanks for the brilliant sovereign queen embodiment that you teach us how to be in our own hearts, that sovereign royalty, spiritual royalty, that you remind us that we all are as daughters and sons of the Most High. I'm so grateful that Isis is here for you today, that the Sophia Code teachings are here for us on this planet. I want to thank everyone for joining us live today. I've got to get to my workout. That's why I'm in my sports bra. And I want to wish you all, for those of you who are watching in the US, celebrating the 4th of July today, I want to say happy 4th to you. I also want to thank our men and women, our human beings who have been in service to defending the freedom of our country. regardless of any political agenda, I stand with the brave, courageous souls who have a pure intention to protect our country. And so I want to thank all of our veterans and all of our service members for the ways that you have upheld freedom in our country. And I also want to take a moment to thank the individuals, both seen and unseen, that had a vision for democracy, for freedom, in a new blueprint for the world. And not to say that our country is anything perfect in any way, but there was a prayer, there was a vision in the 1700s. And today I would just like to thank those brave souls who courageously stood up for freedom. Because even though I have survived some, well, we all know what I survived. What I can say is I give thanks for the freedom that I experience every day to share these teachings with you, to speak openly about my spiritual beliefs, and to be able to honor and support your spiritual beliefs. So on this day, we just honor freedom in general. And I give thanks for you, and thanks for joining us today live for the KR Daily transmission. And I'm so grateful that I get to be here with you live all week long. And see you soon, everyone. All my love to you. Have a great day with Isis. Namaste.